Let's get it.
Hey guys, welcome to this week's episode of TC Realty's Nonsense Podcast. I'm your host, Tom Chamberlain, along with my co-host, Kevin Holbeck. Kevin, we're back.
We are back. We are through our 7 checks that Kevin required us to do and ready to roll.
Yeah, it's it's been a long hiatus.
Yeah, I was just thinking about it a second ago. I think it's been about 8 months.
No,
April. I think it was April since we did our last one.
Well, folks, we apologize for the break in action. You know, we've been getting a lot of feedback from people asking, when are you going to start it back up? When are you going to start it back up?
Yeah, I was really surprised and excited for that.
Yeah, I was too.
You know, you forget how many people actually started to listen to it.
I had other agents calling me asking me, are y'all really going to start this back up? What's the holdup?
Right, but little did they know we were waiting on you to build the podcast studio.
Yeah, so you can notice we've added some things. We've added some video, and we've got some updated technology when it comes to having guests that can come on remotely now. They don't have to necessarily be in studio. Me and Beth built a new house, and we decided to move the studio from our office to here.
Yes.
A little more laid back, a little more comfortable.
Right, and we're going to set up the YouTube so you can actually watch the podcast. You're listening to it. There is going to be a way to video it.
Yep.
We're looking at a whole setup, that you guys can't see, but like I don't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah, I know. It's odd because we've not had video in the past.
Like,
so
I feel like Ricky Bobby on Talladega Nights
yeah.
when he did the interview. I don't know exactly where to put them, but I guess as we go along, we'll figure that out.
So let's go back over the last few to several months. What has changed?
Yeah.
In our market, what has changed with us? Just kind of give people a little update on what's actually going on in TC Realty's world.
Okay.
So I'll let you start out. What's been the most thing that you think that people need to know about?
Well, the biggest one for me, since we did our last podcast, I have retired.
Yep, you did.
And I'm now doing this full time.
Mhm.
So it is different doing it full time. It's way less stressful, but you're able to accumulate more clients. You're able to accumulate more time because your availability is so much greater.
And you're able to be more thorough.
Yeah. Yep. I'm not trying to run outside at Ford and take phone calls or do phone calls or anything like that.
Sure.
So that aspect of it's been.
Do you miss Ford?
Not even like, I don't know if there's one time I've woke up and thought, man, I wish I could get up at 3:30
and go to Ford.
And go to Ford.
Right.
Yeah, especially the least time I miss it is this time of year.
Yeah. Oh, it's super cold.
Yeah, because it's cold. In my other job where I worked, it was cold right there.
Yeah, so you're on the dock doors.
Yeah, you're just cold all day.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's no way to get away from it when you're working this kind of weather. But for me, I'm much more prepared.
Yeah.
When I do, and I'm able to study the market and things like that, and able to keep up with it. So it's been great. It's been great.
Yeah, it's nice that you can retire at an age where you're still young enough to be able to pursue another career full time that you want to pursue, not that you have to pursue.
Right.
That you enjoy doing. Doesn't there's times that we're all stressed out over this job, but it's still a fun job.
It is. It is fun. The process is fun. The people that you meet are most of the time fun,
right?
For the most part. But I would tell anybody, if you're thinking of retiring, I mean, I know not everybody retires at 49.
Right.
But even at 60, put together a plan. I mean, I put this together. I came to you with this 3 years before I retired.
You did.
And was like, I want to get
my recommendation was, let's get your feet wet now, so when you retire,
you can roll right
good
into your next career. If you wait till you retire and then try to figure it out, it won't work.
Well, it may work. It just may take a lot longer.
It takes you a lot longer. But it's not even,
And plus, while you were at Ford, it's a nice little sub income to you.
Yeah, it was. And it helped me get to where I needed to be. But even the income aside, when you do something for 30 years and then you retire,
right?
You literally just wake up one day
What's next?
and you're like, okay, now what? And you think you're prepared for it You think you're ready for it. I'm not even. I mean, like I said, it's the mental aspect, not
Hmm.
even the financial aspect. Because
Hmm.
now you're standing in your living room at 9 a.m. You're like, now what do I do?
Right. I should have already had 2 hours of work under my belt.
Right, and that aspect, I wasn't ready for it.
Hmm.
And as
You've gotten ready for it.
I have now because I have filled that time
Yeah, with golf.
with golf.
Right.
That's helped, and houses and
Hmm.
other ventures that we'll discuss at a later time
Right.
that have filled those gaps.
Sure.
But it is a monumental mental life change,
Oh, absolutely it is.
and I can't express enough however prepared you think you are, it's not enough.
I think the most benefit that you get is you get to stay up late and watch UK games
That is the best. That
and
is the
not have
best
to
part.
worry about being up at 3:30 in the
I
morning.
used to look at the schedule, and if there's a 9 o'clock
It was
game,
over with. You went.
ha- halftime I'm out.
Hmm.
I mean, I would just be
Well,
out.
you got up at 2:30 to eat your cereal, so you catch a box score then.
Right, I'd get the rest of the game that
Hmm.
way.
Right.
That's a definite. But even like, and I still can't get it. Like I was the Sunday night football
Hmm.
games. I still, when I see like the schedule come out, I'll sit there and go, man, that game comes on at 8:30.
Hmm.
And I'm like, oh wait, I can stay up and
You
watch
can.
it. Yeah,
And there's been a lot of things that have changed in the last several months that we've not been on. TC Realty has grew
yeah.
and is continuing to grow. Our second office in Mount Washington that Kelsey's running is doing fantastic.
You've added some new agents.
As some new agents.
Mhm.
I'm gonna tease a little bit of something else that we got into that will really go really hard in depth on the next episode.
Yeah, so we discussed that we're going to kind of take this episode to
Just
well,
kind of rehash what
yep,
we've been doing.
welcome ourselves back.
Hmm. We went to Scottsdale, Arizona to play
Yes,
golf.
yep,
We
yep.
took a long weekend in November, and me, you, Jacob, and Justin, we all went west, played golf, had a fantastic time.
I have decided I would choose Arizona over Florida.
I don't know, it's 62 degrees right now, in Miami it's 82. That's tough. That's a
Well,
tough
maybe,
difference.
maybe, maybe.
The courses, yes.
But I think the gap that you couldn't play golf in Arizona is very slim, even compared to here.
Oh, 100% it is. I mean,
But
you
man,
could still play in the
it's
city.
just the scenery out there
That was
is
beautiful.
it's. I was telling somebody yesterday about that the Indian reservation we played on.
Hmm.
And that wasn't the nicest. I mean, of all the courses we played TPC,
Hmm.
but I'm not saying that was the nicest course. That was the best environment for me.
Yeah, every hole was a mountain.
Well, there
The
was
same
no.
mountain.
It's, what Justin called that?
I don't even know. It was so funny.
We're riding down the road, and Justin was like, "Oh, well, there's
Mountains.
Wakachu Mountain
Yeah.
or something." I'm
They're
like,
like, how do you even know that?
"There's 50,000 mountains around here."
And they all look like.
Yes, but it's just when you're on the golf course, you can't see anything
Hmm.
from. You can do a complete 360. No houses,
Nope.
no buildings,
Nope.
no nothing.
Mountains.
Mountains, desert. It was like they dropped a golf course in the middle of the desert,
Hmm.
and you're playing golf.
And it was amazing.
It was incredible.
People were fantastic out there.
Oh yes, yeah.
It was a really good
Well,
time.
everybody's happy. I
Yeah, they're
mean,
after playing golf in Arizona.
you're in Scottsdale.
Yeah,
I mean,
the mecca of golf.
yes. I mean, how much better can it be? The life. I mean, no, you don't have any allergy issues.
Man, the air was so much different out
Oh
there,
gosh, and it's literally like a different country.
and we're all battling allergy issues right now
Oh
with this
yeah,
cold weather.
yeah. Here,
So, what else has changed in the
it's
time we've been off?
well, your house. You
Yep,
built your house,
yep. Me and
which we're
Beth
at.
built a house. That's
Which
where we're at.
how was that process?
Saved a bunch of money by subcontracting all out myself.
Hmm.
House turned out 99.8% how we wanted it. I don't know that anybody builds a house and it's 100% what they wanted. You always think, oh man, I wish I would have done that different or done this different.
Yeah, every time you just Shay's already taking notes
Yeah.
about our next house of
Hmm.
everything we need different.
Sure. And it's always going to be the case, but super, super happy with it. Super happy with the contractors I used. We used some local contractors that are actually on the back of the TC Realty moving van, Mingus Electric out of
Mhm.
Mount Washington, Kentucky. If you need electrical issues or you have some, that's the real deal.
Yeah, use a lot of local people to finish this out.
I did. Yeah, I wanted to try to stay local as much as possible. But Derek Mingus was really top notch when it comes to the electrical part.
Yeah,
And then, I used Southeast Bullet Plumbing. His name's Brandon. We call him Boo. He's been doing all of our work for years. I mean, just everybody I had a relationship with already. It just was a smooth process.
Right.
Just glad it's done. It's everything. It's time consuming.
Yeah, and I remember that for the last several months we've talked about when to gear up the
Yeah.
podcast
Hmm.
again,
Hmm.
and there was a lot of fires we wanted to put out.
Yeah.
I wanted to get out of Ford.
Yep.
You wanted to get the house done,
Hmm.
so that way we could do it right. We want to do the video.
Yeah, because I was spending a lot of time over here. Um, it's a big investment. You want to make sure your money's being
Mhm.
spent well and it's being done right. So it was important for me to be here to answer questions or say, hey, that's not right. Let's do it this way. You know.
Right.
So and we caught some things the framers missed. Some windows that was supposed to be there that wasn't there, and if I wasn't here, it would have went to the next step, and I would have caught that.
Do we have windows in here now that ain't supposed to be there?
No, no, no,
Oh, you.
no. There was windows where they were supposed to be, but there was none.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
So they had to come back and cut them in. So, we want to get this house done and moved in. We moved in the week before Thanksgiving,
Hmm.
and then of course, you get the holidays going, and it's hard to do a podcast during the holidays because everybody's so busy.
Oh, that's definitely true.
You know,
Does Beth know about the big dent I put in the wall, or is she just now finding out about this?
I don't think she knows. I don't think she even cares.
No, no, it's going to happen. So, 'cause I don't know if you talked about it.
Mhm.
You put in a golf simulator.
I
It's
did.
right there,
Yep.
which is been fun.
It has been.
It's been
It
nice.
was. I was totally against building a house. Didn't want no part of it because I just knew all the pain it was.
Hmm.
And so I told her, I said, there's two stipulations. We'll build a house if I can have a golf simulator room and an in-ground pool. And she finally gave in on it because she knew I wasn't giving in the other way. And we're, we got the golf simulator and the pool starts next month.
I've known your wife for a long time
Hmm.
now. I know that it wasn't just that easy. You had to give up things in return that I have seen throughout this house.
Like what?
Well, she's got a sewing room that's the size of my living room.
Well, I don't care if she wanted these extra rooms as long as I had the golf simulator room and the pool.
Right.
Whatever she wanted to do after that, I told her it's totally up to her.
And then the pantry that I keep hearing about from my wife.
Well, the pantry was the size. The pantry is the size of my first studio apartment.
Yes. Yeah. No, I know. I hear about it all the time because we don't have. I mean, we've got a lot of cabinets, but not quite a pantry.
Right.
And that's the one thing she wants in the next house that she does. And back to real estate, that is something that is a key
A
selling.
huge selling point is a
For
pantry.
I tell when
Can't just be a closet.
no, I put as soon as I know somebody has a pantry, I'm like I put it in bold.
Yes.
I put it in capital letters.
Because who's making the most of the decisions when it comes to that? The wife.
Oh, for sure.
So the kitchen, the bathrooms, and the pantry are very important items to the wives.
Hmm. It's like my house. I said I want to finish the basement.
Mhm.
I said you can do whatever
Yeah,
upstairs.
right.
Makes no difference to me. I can't even tell you half the colors of our house.
Right. And like Beth, she loves in the wintertime when we're not down at the lake, she likes to sew. She likes to make quilts.
Hmm.
So she wanted a sewing room.
Right. You could put the indoor pool in the sewing room.
No, it's not that big.
Yes, it is, dude. Kevin, have you seen the sewing room? You need to go see the sewing room.
So she's got it fixed up how she wants it, and of course she's got the decorative eye, so she pretty much decorated this. I just wanted the room. I didn't care how it was done. I just want to be able to hit golf balls in the wintertime.
And move in your 90,000-pound safe that we had to move in.
Yeah,
here.
we did move in a monster safe.
Yeah, tore up the floor.
Yeah. Yeah.
What it's part of the process. That's why I tried to sell it to Beth.
Right.
I said, before you walk in here, there's some black stuff on the new tile. And I said, but it's all part of the building process.
Right.
She didn't agree.
So the
right away.
backstory is, where we were living at was on the third floor of our office, and my safe that was up there was too heavy to get down the steps. So I needed a new safe anyway because I'd outgrown that one. So I went to Tractor Supply and bought one and called Kev and said, hey, can you help me move a safe? He said, I got an appliance dolly. He didn't tell me it was from 1971.
Well, you didn't tell me your safe was going to be 6 foot tall and 5 foot wide.
Right.
I hear safe. I'm like, okay.
So they loaded it in the back of my truck with a forklift. And then we don't have a forklift here when we get here.
Even though you have a moving truck.
Yeah. And so, because that wouldn't have been any easier.
No, because you thought it was too heavy for the ramp.
Yeah, the ramp. Yeah,
was the main issue. So what's that tell you?
it's a heavy safe,
Right.
but we
You
manhandled it
you
off the truck.
we did, but my point is you got a golf simulator and a 50 by 50 sewing room,
Hmm.
and you can't pay somebody to deliver the safe
No, because I have a golf simulator and a 50 by 50.
because
So
you don't pay people to deliver a safe. Yeah,
right,
well, you probably save $99. So
yeah, that's what friends are for. He
yeah,
brought his 78 dolly over.
it is from Sears.
Yeah, I mean it didn't even have like air up tires. It was just like a hard plastic
Right.
tire.
Yeah, it
And,
did. It moved it.
yeah, it
We
did. And the strap that you put around it, 2.0, was tied.
right because it broke back in like '84.
Right.
So we tied it on there,
Mhm.
got it down, and we moved that sucker in
We
here with
moved
it.
it right in here.
Yeah, it held it right up.
Hmm. It
So
was a beast though.
yeah, I mean, we may have broke some tile.
No, we didn't break any. We just left some block marks that Jimmy got off.
Yeah, but I thought there was a place that we broke, and he said, well, "I'll just put a threshold over that."
Oh, yeah, he did do that. Yep, you're
Yeah,
right.
or we just now announcing that?
No, 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 no.
Okay,
I forgot
because
about that.
yeah, because Beth walked in, turned around, and walked the other way,
Yep,
and I was like, "Look,
part of the
stuff
process.
happens."
It
Yeah,
did.
yeah, we got people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, there's been a lot going on in the past few months. Like I said, TC Realty is growing, continue to grow.
yep,
Um,
yeah. We had a huge December,
we had a
which
record year.
and it was my best month, uh, being being a realtor
Right.
was this past December.
Hmm.
So, and that's typically a time to where, I'm when we talk in training a lot, we're
Hmm.
like, you know what, a lot of realtors they'll budget their money with December and January just out of it.
Hmm.
They'll budget it on 10 months
Well,
because it's such a dead period.
it is. The market trends say that from Thanksgiving or from November to January, it's the slowest period for
Hmm.
us. But in the 3 years we've had the brokerage open, I've not yet seen that.
Nope.
And I think what helps is that we're setting ourselves up in October
Hmm.
and early November to carry us through those slow periods. So when people say we're slow, we can't really say that. I mean, we set records in November and December,
Right.
and we had a record year for a total amount of loans closed. We were up about 40% on the amount of transactions we had. So that means we were able to help more families. So it was just a really, really good, solid year. You got a promotion within the brokerage. You're now the training manager.
Yeah. Yeah. I've enjoyed it. I got a little group. We communicate all the time.
Hmm.
Watching their success. They're all getting better and
Hmm.
putting forth a lot of effort, and I really enjoyed that aspect of
Hmm.
it. So it's been a good time.
Okay.
What was he just showing us?
I think we've been on air 18
Oh,
minutes.
okay. Did he handwrite that on his phone?
I think so. It's in
Man,
purple too. So
that,
there's that.
we need a camera here just to be on him
Oh boy,
because he's got like buttons and computers and
it's a whole new
there's
setup.
two. I'm gonna take a picture of it and
Hmm.
post it one of these days. There's two phones. There's a camera.
Oh, it's going. I mean, he's got it going on.
There's a circle light thing I think he does his makeup with.
Oh, I thought that was for his OnlyFans.
Oh, that could be that too. That could be that too. So, but yeah, I mean, the moving truck has been a massive success
Oh
for
my
my
goodness.
clients.
Yes, it has been for everybody. Everybody's enjoyed that. It's a nice little perk, and we've had some clients that have came back after and need to move other stuff, had to move some family members,
Yeah,
and was able to use it again because part of the deal is you get to use it for life.
yeah. And when I mean we say it, we mean it. You know,
Hmm.
so
And
that's
it's really been beneficial to them because they know if they don't have a pickup truck, they always have a way to move something.
right. And it's the genius of that has always been if after you move in, you always end up changing out furniture
Oh,
a month or two later.
appliances,
Appliances, you get new appliances,
something. Hmm.
and you ain't got to,
You move in the wintertime, and then in the spring, you want to get the kids a swing set.
yeah, or you might move a safe.
Or you might move safe,
And you
right?
don't want to put it in the back of your truck,
Right.
where most people wouldn't.
Right.
And so you could use
Most
that
people
for
pay
that.
$99 to have it delivered.
$99 to have it delivered, but no, no, not here. We're not going to operate that way.
No, we're going to save at 99.
Yeah.
So, so what else has been going on besides the golf and in the
Well,
brokerage and?
our team's got two new coaches,
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. How do you feel about yours?
man. So I saw a stat I heard a stat on the way here. that they've got more top 15 wins than any team in the country.
Okay.
And it's 3, and they play another one tonight. So if
Mm-hmm.
they won tonight, by the time this drops, it could be 4.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Cal had 4 top 15 wins in 5 years. I really don't.
You definitely don't this year.
Well, no, definitely not. Definitely not. But I don't know if he had that in the last 4 or 5 years.
So I'm assuming you're happy with
Oh,
Coach Pope.
could not be
What about his
happier.
style of play?
I like it.
Do you?
Yeah. Yep.
What do you think the weak point is?
If
You
if
all have the same weak point we have.
if they shoot 20% from the 3-point line,
No,
they're
that's
done.
not it's not your biggest weak point.
Well,
Beef inside. We have nobody to bang inside. If somebody comes in and bangs us, we're
yeah,
done.
but like when we played like Ohio State, we got out muscled.
Georgia about muscled you.
But the way to counteract that is to shoot 35% from the 3-point line,
Yeah.
or 40% from the
Yeah.
3-point line. Then it doesn't matter.
Right.
If
You're right.
you're not going to do that, it's. I mean,
But you can't be missing both. You
no,
can't be missing muscle and 3-pointers.
right. And that's what happened to Ohio State.
In Georgia, everybody complains about the Georgia game about the officiating. It was probably the best officiated game I've ever seen.
I bet it was. I
mean, it was amazing.
They got to fix college officiating all the way around.
Oh, dude, you don't even get me started because last week we were at a Bellarmine game, and it was the worst I'd ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, oh boy, I thought for sure they were going to tee me up,
right?
Because I was all in his ear.
Well, teams are getting 40 free throws a game.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I mean,
we're not here to see them,
if not more.
We're here to see the players, not the referees.
Until they bring back the old rule, I'm not saying you hammer somebody down to the floor, but if you drive to the basket and there's contact, there's going to be contact
every time.
Every time.
Mm-hmm.
So unless you're swiping across his face or across his wrist or whatever, but if a guy drives it, they're just driving it. Cal coaches that. Drive in and draw the foul.
So do you think the Detroit Bad Boys could play in this atmosphere?
No. Lambeer would be out by the 10-minute mark.
10 minutes? Give him that long?
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know. He'd last 2 minutes. The first media timeout.
But people always say, "Oh, they didn't call anything back then." They did if you swipe down on the ball.
Yeah.
But if you go up to block a shot, now they call body contact. Referees always got him with the body.
Yeah, it's so soft now.
What do you want them to do? If they go up and try to arm straight up and they jump and you make contact, that's be it.
Let it play.
They'll drive to the lane. And watch referees will put the whistle in their mouth and they drive the lane. Just anticipate calling.
So as far as our coach, I was very unsure hiring him, just coming from, I was afraid of the kind of the Chris Mack rerun from a small college.
College of Charleston. Is that where he's from?
Yep. But I was just afraid of the same repeat that we had with Mack. I have to say I'm so pleasantly surprised with the guy. He's on a 6-game winning streak. Beat some good opponents. Now, it helps that the ACC is way down this year. It gives us a good opportunity here to get in the tournament. Going into it, if Louisville made the NIT, I was like, that's a win. Compared to the last 2 seasons under Kenny Payne.
That shouldn't be for Louisville basketball.
It shouldn't be. Shouldn't be the standard. But the last 2 years of sitting here watching the pain of Kenny Payne, it was brutal. So it's fun to go to games again. We ain't missed a home game yet. It's been a blast. So, I'm just happy. It's good that both teams are heading in the right direction.
Yeah, it's better around here when they're both good.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, the team – Louisville looks a lot better.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't look like a coach, though. He looks like an accountant.
Well, yeah.
Like he looks like on the side, like he would come in and do your taxes, not run a basketball practice. But
he reminds me of an old chiropractor I used to know.
He's too little to be a chiropractor. I feel like most chiropractors are big.
Well,
for whatever reason.
But
that might be part of the process.
The dude's energy is relentless. And it's good to hear him not just trash people, but try to build them up, whether it be Pope. I mean, he speaks very highly of Pope. And I seen on some UK message boards that people were posting online that how can you hate him because he talks about us nicely? We want to hate him.
Right.
And we can't hate him because he's fairly nice to us.
Well, I mean, Denny Crum was that way his entire time he was here.
Yep.
So,
he's got a lot of respect for the past.
Yeah.
He's gotten a lot of players back involved. He's got Susan Sweeney Crum back involved.
Right. Well, and that's what Pope did that as well.
Yeah.
He has made it again. Like Cal always had practice open
Hmm.
to his former players mainly.
Hmm.
The old guys, the '96
Yeah.
team, the '98 team, Tubby's teams. They never felt as welcome as they do now. So Pope understands that, and he's done that.
And that's good, man. It's good because there's a lot of historic value to these guys now.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like I don't have. I mean, I can see that. I like y'all's coach.
Yeah.
It's your fans that are
We are no worse
most
than
of the
y'all's
issue.
fans.
That are most of the issue.
Yeah. We're not nearly near as bad as y'all's
Well,
fans.
that's for another. That's for a whole
Different time.
probably entire podcast one time.
And there's a lot more we haven't gone over of what's gone on, but we feel like we probably bored you enough on this one.
Yeah, and through the next few
Yeah.
podcasts,
We'll
we'll
catch you all
discuss
up and
that.
everything. So, we're looking good there. But there is some new news that we're going to bring to you that we kind of want to tease on this episode that we will
Hmm.
bring in for our next episode. It's something I'm super proud about. It's something I've worked for a long time to make it happen,
Right.
and it finally came through, and it's been,
It's another part of the reason we had to sort of
yeah,
couldn't do the podcast
it
was
is.
just there was just no time.
Yeah. Hmm.
So but yeah, I look
So
forward to announcing that next week.
hopefully this makes you all tune into next week to hear this announcement, and I guess until then,
Yeah, do us a favor. Go to the YouTube. Do you want to announce where they can find it on the YouTube channel, or do you
we'll do
have that?
that. I don't have that with me right this second.
Okay.
Um,
When we get that set up, go find it, subscribe.
yeah, just make sure
That helps us.
you go back to liking our podcast where you're getting the notifications
Hmm.
every week when they drop, and they're going to continue to drop still on Monday mornings. So make sure we get all that going on. Make sure you share it with your friends, and you'll see it on our social media pages. So make sure you share it on there too.
I still got to figure out where to put my hands.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a test on that for the next one.
Okay. Hey guys, appreciate you listening to us this week, and we'll catch you next week.
See you next week.